huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right? You've been heavy on social media talking about it.
And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to the parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't saying anything is because they participated.
And 50 Cent sells Diddy doc to Netflix.
50 Cent is setting the stage with a Netflix documentary that's not just entertainment, but a calculated strike aimed at shaking the foundation of hip-hop and putting Diddy under a spotlight like never before. This move isn't rumor chasing. It's the kind of bold play that shifts narratives and rewrites legacies. Whispers of Diddy showing signs of pressure only add fuel to the fire, making the buildup feel more explosive by the day. With over 2 decades of dominance, Diddy's empire suddenly feels tested, and the timing of 50's play couldn't be sharper. For 50, this is more than a project. It's a statement of power, a warning that cuts through the industry, and a reminder of why his name still carries unmatched weight. The culture isn't just watching, they're bracing for impact as 2 legends stand on opposite sides of history, and the next chapter could change everything.
There's so many videos on Diddy, that are resurfacing, but an actual documentary, and I don't know if there's going to be like something with 50 Cent voice narrating. I don't know, but it's going to be bad. I would advise everybody to tune in who don't really understand and what, how far back this goes with Diddy from when people were speaking out earlier on him. I know it's going to have stuff on Tupac, Biggie, all that, but we're going to check this video out here, man. 50 Cent be trolling, but this is the ultimate right here, top tier. Let's jump right into it.
Days after a damning surveillance video showed Diddy abusing his ex, a documentary is closer to becoming a reality.
Now let's bring in TMC's Michael Babcock. Good morning to you, Michael.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing all right. So tell us what's going on with this. We understand rapper 50 Cent has been shopping this around.
Yeah, and you know what? I think a lot of people thought that 50 was just trolling, and if anyone follows 50 on Twitter or Instagram, he's no stranger to that. He definitely, engages in trolling and makes a lot of jokes. So when he had, repeatedly taken shot after shot after shot at Diddy and then said, hey, I'm working on a documentary, I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not. So this is actually a real project that's being made under his G-Unit movie and TV studio, and he's made a bunch of really successful projects under that banner. They were actually selling it around to different streaming organizations, including Netflix. Netflix ultimately had the most money, placed the winning bid, and at some point here in the future, we don't know exactly when, but this is actually going to be something that airs on Netflix.
And think about this. Everything hasn't even came out yet. So I'm just wondering, they're probably going to wait to see if I'm guessing to wait to see if he goes to jail or what, because I feel like they need more not more evidence, but just with the whole raid and stuff. I'm just wondering what else is going to come out that they're going to add to that. Yeah, there's no way this dude is coming back from this. 50 Cent.
People may not know, the two of them have had beef for decades. 50 Cent has kept his foot on Diddy's neck for decades.
Foot on his neck.
Absolutely. It's like they once worked together a long time ago. They're not friends now. They don't like each other. And 50 has taken every shot, especially when Diddy has been down. Diddy really, is not in a position right now to fire back at 50 Cent. So he's taken a lot of abuse, and I don't know that anyone feels sorry for P. Diddy right now.
No, I don't think so either, and it's certainly not going to end anytime soon.
You're right about that. Man, that's probably going to be one of the most watched, because I'm just thinking about all the information that they're going to gather and how many people are going to be tied into this. How many people right now are kind of just like, oh no, like, cause 50 be getting on everybody when he be trolling. So it's like, I know a lot of people are probably just shaking in their boots right now. I just think that when Diddy approached 50 with the stuff that he says, like, I want to take you shopping and all that, 50 was like, wait, hold on. So, and some guys he probably took shopping before, and they, at the beginning, they probably thought it was Diddy doing something nice until they got a knock at the door or something like that. And Diddy, I'm here to collect. So my whole thing is like, once this come out, if it goes through and falls through, it's going to be bad. Like whatever we seen so far, all the stuff you want to gather, whatever we seen, it's probably going to be a million times.
This goes beyond a rap feud. Once allies who shared hits, 50 Cent and Diddy now stand on opposite ends of a brewing storm. 50 isn't just talking. He's moving with precision, gearing up with a Netflix documentary that promises to dig deeper than headlines and shake the culture at its core. His cryptic messages online have fans dissecting every word, sensing that something heavy is coming. Meanwhile, Diddy's recent emotional slip only adds tension, hinting that the pressure is real. What 50 is lining up feels less like promotion and more like a calculated strike, the kind of play that can rewrite narratives and put entire legacies under the microscope. The industry feels the shift already, and when the curtain lifts, the impact could echo far beyond hip-hop.
Diddy doing funny things. There's the whole, where 50 Cent tells the story about how Diddy offered to take him shopping.
Right.
And there's also the time where he made Fabulous real uncomfortable while Diddy was calling some other dude daddy and telling Fabulous, like, yo, why don't you party with me? And, trying to get Fabulous to party with him, What do you think about these like little looks into the past about how Diddy was acting?
I see a lot of, I would call epics, these little commercials, these little cartoon things, South Park, that popped up with the devil talking about, I don't want to do it if Diddy did it. Did you ever see that on South Park?
I haven't seen that one yet. No.
Yeah, 50 ended up posting it, but I'm a South Park fan, so I already knew about that one. You know what I'm saying? So that was on. Was that on South Park? Yeah, that was on South. Yeah, South Park. Yeah, so I'm like, I'm a South Park fan, so I'm looking at that. So, and I say that this guy could have went down in history as one of the greatest producers that put together some of the greatest music in the 90s and having arguably one of the top greatest rappers in hip hop in his camp. For the people to make him the laughing stock of hip hop, the laughing stock of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, is one of the greatest tragedies of our time. It's crazy what he has become to the media.
Can you separate his music from his personal life?
You know the man through his music. So you can't separate his personal life from the music.
Why do you think he was offering to take 50 Cent shopping?
I can't really offer that, bro. I can't really answer that. I don't know why, but just on some sucker shit, probably. You know what I'm saying? Trying to play 50.
Mm.
He know 50. Come on, bro. 50 was rich at the time. 50 used to do music for him. Why he never asked him then when he was doing music for him? You understand? Just talking shit, want to have something to say. Knowing 50 hot.
Why is 50 Cent choosing this moment to go after Diddy? That's the question echoing through the culture. And the answers circle around money, old scars, and a rivalry that never really cooled down. But this time feels different. 50 isn't tossing casual shade. He's loading up with something calculated. A Netflix documentary that could expose truths and shift the balance of power. For decades, Diddy has been seen as untouchable. A mogul with influence stretching across music, fashion, and business. Yet 50, known for being fearless and relentless with his rivals, has locked in on him with precision, and that alone has the industry on edge. Fans decode every cryptic post, while insiders whisper that this might be the most serious move of his career. This isn't hype for headlines, it's about legacy, dominance, and the kind of secrets that can't stay buried forever. And when 50 finally drops this bomb, it won't just be another chapter in hip-hop drama. It could be the moment that redefines both their names in history.
Just like Mount Vernon, New York City, Mount Vernon, and Miami, all that is the same, bro. Nobody wants to be near him. Nobody wants to touch what he touched, be where he at. You understand? It's crazy, bro, how his fall from grace, which was never from grace. It's just like the devil just kicked him out of hell, because he was never in nothing graceful and did anything graceful. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you say about, okay, he did the music, he had the bad boy legacy and everything like that, man. But, you know, a few albums, a few people, you know, made to be famous, but they not here to tell their story. Black Rob, Biggie, Craig Mack. They not here to tell their story, bro. And now you got everybody telling his story.
Yeah, and I know 50, he did a recent interview with US Weekly saying that the reason why rappers are quiet about, you know, Diddy's situation is because they've been to his parties and they don't know what got caught on tape.
Bro, those people who was caught at Diddy party did not know that he had 250 tape recorders in that house. That's a big house. But he had 250 tape recorders in that house that they took, that the feds found. So now with them finding all that and you being at a Diddy party, you know you may have done something that was caught on one of those tapes. You just better pray to God that they don't recognize you. Those people who know that they did something, no, they're not going to speak out. They're not going to say nothing. What part of the game is that? They are not going to come forward and tell on themselves. Nah, not at all. Ice Cube, he said it himself, bro. He said that Diddy's been targeted because of what he said about those folks and those people. Now, the people who was on those tapes may feel like Diddy might be targeting them. Because if he's asked about who is this, who is that, and he's under oath with the federal government, he got to tell them. He's not going to plead the fifth.
Yeah, I know that got to be a terrible feeling, man. You know you did something wrong at Diddy party, and you hoping and praying that it's not caught on tape.
But they don't think they did nothing wrong. That's their lifestyle. That's their lifestyle, bruh. I ask guys all the time, if two men lay down, how many homos get up? What you mean? Ain't mean what I mean. It's what it is.
The buzz around 50 Cent's upcoming Netflix documentary is electric. Every corner of the industry feels the tension building. Whispers about Diddy have floated for years. But this moment carries a different weight, because 50 isn't just nudging the conversation. He's threatening to flip the entire table. Talk of legal drama, questionable deals, and secrets long buried only fuels the fire. And suddenly, Diddy's empire doesn't look as unshakable as it once did. From disputes with artists to the shadow over his business moves, the smoke has been there for decades, and 50 is the one stepping in with the match. Known for striking when it matters most, he's not chasing headlines, he's aiming to reshape them. If even half the speculation proves real, this won't just dent Diddy's legacy, it could redraw the entire map of hip-hop power.
A damning surveillance video showed Diddy abusing his ex. A documentary is closer to becoming a reality.
Now let's bring in TMC's Michael Babcock. Good morning to you, Michael.
Morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing all right. So tell us what's going on with this. We understand rapper 50 Cent has been shopping this around.
Yeah, and you know what? I think a lot of people thought that 50 was just trolling, and if anyone follows 50 on Twitter or Instagram, you know, he's no stranger to that. He definitely, you know, engages in trolling and makes a lot of jokes. So when he had, you know, repeatedly taken shot after shot after shot at Diddy and then said, hey, I'm working on a documentary, I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not. So this is actually a real project that's being made under his G-Unit movie and TV studio, and he's made a bunch of really successful projects under that banner. They were actually selling it around to different streaming, organizations, including Netflix. Netflix ultimately had the most money, placed the winning bid, and at some point here in the future, we don't know exactly when, but this is actually going to be something that airs on Netflix.
So many people may not know, I mean, the two of them have had beef for decades. 50 Cent has kept his foot on Diddy's neck for decades.
Absolutely. It's like they once worked together a long time ago. They're not friends now. They don't like each other. And 50 has taken every shot, especially when Diddy has been down. Diddy really, is not in a position right now to fire back at 50 Cent. So he's taken a lot of abuse, and I don't know that anyone feels sorry for P. Diddy.
After decades at the top, you'd think every secret tied to Diddy would already be out in the open. But insiders say we've only seen the surface. Those recent lawsuits making headlines may be just the opening act for what 50 Cent is preparing to unleash in his upcoming documentary. And the whispers suggest this storm won't stop at Diddy alone. Big industry names could get pulled into the fallout. Diddy's emotional slip-ups in public haven't gone unnoticed either, with many convinced he knows the pressure is closing in but can't block what's coming. 50 has built a career on being relentless, and this move feels like his sharpest strike yet. If even a fraction of these rumors hold weight, the film could shake more than one empire. It could redefine how hip-hop power, money, and legacy are remembered.
You understand? There's no way, based on the evidence that the prosecutor presented, that the judge was going to allow him to be bonded out on the first get-go. Now, if he comes up with some more hearings, he might be released. But based on the evidence, they've been following him, bro. They've been tapping his phone, been having people watch him. You understand? He been coming back and forth from New York, and he'll usually be coming back to New York. And somebody was telling me that, listen here, he trying to get witnesses. Remember when they released that first thing of Cassie, and I said that Diddy was trying to contact people for character witnesses, people for who he had problems with before, whatever like that, and trying to talk to them in the whole 9 yards. That's when they dropped that thing with Cassie. The Homeland Security had some agency or whatever like that deals with that, dropped that thing on Cassie to show everybody, oh, y'all want to help him? Y'all, this is what y'all want to help? This is who y'all want to, say that he ain't never did nothing. This is what you want to put your brand on? And everybody started backing up from him. Everybody was talking about, yo, man, Cassie was a gold digger. Cassie was this, that, and the third. She loved it in the whole 9 yards. And then when they seen that, all his friends or so-called friends, went away. So him not having a bond is not surprising.
Yeah, and he offered them $50 million, and they still denied his bond.
He should have waited to see what they was going to offer. Because if he got $50 million to get him and offer that, then they think like, yo, that's too little of a money.
And you right about Diddy phone being chopped, because news came out that his former bandmate from Dirty Money, she called the other group member Dunn 58 times trying to get her to stop the lawsuit against Diddy.
She ain't the only one he was trying to get in contact with. You understand? He sent somebody through somebody else to try to get in contact with me, telling me enough is enough. Oh, okay. You tell Big Mama that enough is enough. You can't tell Wolf Mama enough is enough. You tell D Ferg Mama enough is enough. You understand? You tell all those people who supported you and they survivors.
As 50 Cent gears up to drop heavy revelations, Diddy looks like he's starting to crack under the weight. Recently caught looking worn down, eyes tired, emotions showing, he seemed a far cry from the unshakable mogul image he's built over decades. For fans, the sight was jarring. Diddy has always been the one to hold composure no matter the storm. But this time feels different. With whispers swirling that 50's upcoming documentary could hit harder than anything Diddy has faced before, the tension is impossible to ignore. He's weathered scandals and rivalries in the past, but the pressure of this looming expose has the industry asking the same question. Can he withstand the fire when it's 50 Cent turning up the heat?
Tell me about this. So he tried to get somebody to reach out to you?
No, I got a phone call from Kirk Burrows. And Kirk Burrows, and I ain't gonna even get this guy no play. Not Kirk Burrows, but one of the Puff dudes that I know that's real close to him said, Kirk told me, yo, he want to reach out to you, Gene. He want to speak to you. I said, speak to me for what? What do you want to speak to me for? If he's trying to speak to me, it's for Puff. Point blank. I know the dude. I know how close he is to Puff. He's been with Puff from day one. So he ain't got nothing to say to me, bro. But Kirk Burrows did say to me that the dude said enough is enough. When do it becomes enough? Yo, because, bro, listen, I didn't ask to be put in this situation. You understand? And a lot of people ain't going to understand this because a lot of people wouldn't give up what I've given up to be in this situation. You understand? My whole thing about it is when you lean on right, you ain't gonna never turn to wrong. And my whole thing about it is that Puff wasn't right what he did to people around us, man. He wasn't right what he did to people around us. Him being hard-headed, not listening, and not telling the truth and constantly lying cost a lot of people their lives, man. It cost a lot of people their lives. I want him to understand. When I told him, if we don't do something to these doors, people gonna die tonight. And forget, and I want to say F what other people say. Everybody know I told him that. Our whole crew know I told him that. From Slick to Nord, Bunny, Big Boy, Eddie, all the people that was with us that night know I told him that. 9 people end up dead. Everybody know I told him. Not everybody, but Paul was there. D-Rock. Some of the Bad Boy Street teams. If we go to this party tonight, somebody gonna die. I got intel from 2 top gangsters. from a dude rolling with Jodeci. I got intel, bro. We go to the party, somebody gonna die. Big's music, I hate to hear it. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know what I did. I know what I said. They know what I said. So it don't hurt me. It's a feeling that you get when you know something didn't have to happen that day. And I was never no play. I'm playing with people. I joke and I tease, I talk about you and everything like that. But if I come to the table, something that's real, respect that. And it became a part where the respect was gone anytime that, and it probably don't have nothing to do with me. There was ulterior motives that took Big to that party, bro. There were other motives that took Big to that party that led him not being here today.
Whispers suggest this storm isn't only about 50 Cent's documentary. Talk of money troubles, personal struggles, and even health concerns circle around Diddy like never before. His recent emotional moments in public have fans asking the question nobody expected. Is the pressure finally cracking the armor he's worn for decades? Instead of tightening control, he's been unraveling in plain sight, and that only fuels speculation that something much bigger is happening behind closed doors. Witnesses say his shaken look was real, fear in his eyes just before breaking down, and many believe that points to 50 holding cards no one saw coming. The mogul once seen as untouchable now looks tangled in his own web, and with 50 Cent's documentary looming like a countdown, this may be less an ending and more the opening act of a much larger reckoning. Next voice, with 50 Cent's documentary closing in and Diddy under a spotlight hotter than ever, this clash is rocking the foundation of hip-hop. What started as rivalry now feels like something bigger, a shift that could rewrite how power moves in the culture. The question isn't just about 50 and Diddy anymore. It's about whether documentaries are becoming the new battleground, replacing diss tracks as the ultimate weapon. And if 50 really has the proof he's hinting at, the fallout could ripple far beyond one man, pulling other high-profile names into the fire. For decades, secrets have lived in the shadows of this industry, but now it feels like those shadows are being dragged into the light. This isn't just noise. It's a possible turning point, and the outcome could mark the beginning of a new era where nothing stays hidden, and accountability hits harder than any lyric ever could.